Hello everyone. It's James again. And before I start today's video, I just want to quickly say, all work in this video contains 100% original content of and by myself James Smith, otherwise known as Bgood 4000, and was uniquely created with NAWMAL software, by myself James Smith. As I purchased commercial rights from NAWMAL to produce my unique and original video with this software. Commentary is uniquely my own thoughts, feelings, and expressions. Now that I have that out of the way, I do hope your day is going way better than fantastic and your journey to self-betterment is going way better than fantastic as well. Today I want to talk about something that I think everyone out there should really be thinking about. You see, most people don't drill down on the hows and the whys, especially regarding how and why evil people do what it is they do. You see, most if not all of the problems we face in this world, on this world stage, and in our personal lives is the direct result of people believing lies. And that somehow the promises that are being sold are full and true, not empty. And before the promise comes the crisis or problems. Problems that more than likely were created by those that are providing the solution. This is Narcissism 101. This is the same script they have been using for centuries and they are still using it to this day. And it keeps working and working and working. This will tell you and should show you how the brain works and how it's easily tricked into believing a lie. Simply because that lie makes someone feel good in the moment. Then when it's too late, the mask comes off and then you realize the evil that you have been dealing with. But even though the mask comes off and you see the evil for what it is, the brain tricks itself into making up excuses and thinking things are as bad as they really are. This is how narcissists have gained control over nearly everything. It's the exact same way they gained control over you. In your personal life, they love bomb you and tell you all the things that you wanted to hear. That maybe you would get married. And that you would one day have children. Even down to picking your children's names. Things that really matter to most people that have love in their hearts. Then they let their mask slip. And they show you their ugly bad side for just a moment. They call you names and treat you completely the opposite to how they treated you in the love bombing stage. But then they hoover you back in with fake apologies and this and that. And then when they think enough time has passed, they let their mask slip again. They repeat the cycle until they feel that you aren't going anywhere no matter how bad things get. This is when they rip their mask off and they really make your life miserable. You are stuck in a house you just bought with this person. Or you might have just started a family with this person and you feel really stuck. But again, rewind. How did all of this happen? It happened through a pattern. And here's the thing. Part of this pattern might have stemmed from a problem. A problem the narcissists in your life created. And they came along with the solution to not only the problem they created but other problems you might have in your life. But what they replace these problems with is short-term fake love. And then you start to see the real solution. The real solution is really no solution at all. But it's your destruction. That's right. Your life has been infiltrated and it was all done to ruin it. Take a good look around the world stage. Things just go from bad to worse. All by believing lies that makes us feel good. And we all do it at some point. Some more than others. But those that are evil know this about how our minds work. The problem is most average people don't know how an evil person's mind works. Here's the thing. Someone that is a narcissist or whatever other toxic person you can think of. They don't do anything without a purpose. And it's usually to set things up in motion for years later. You see, most people have the idea of a narcissist being this jerk that no one likes. And that's what they think a narcissist is. This is very, very dangerous thinking. Because narcissists are planners. They are indeed planners. Now this doesn't mean that narcissists won't do some incredibly stupid things because they will. They will. But they know they can get away with these stupid things. Why? Because you and I and others will give them the benefit of the doubt. When in reality we should be trying to steer clear of them. And that's it right there. The narcissist is always looking for a way in. A way into your door, much like a vampire looks for a way into the front door of someone they see as prey. They will be charming, helpful, and even kind. All with the idea to gain access. Think about Samson and Delilah. All of her flattering words and kind gestures had meaning. And they didn't mean anything good. She was just trying to get an end goal with Samson so she could learn the secret to his power. And once she had the secret, the mask came completely off and you realized the evil that was within her plan. You see, narcissists have infiltrated every walk of life. And they have done so because we the people give them the benefit of the doubt over and over and over again. Sometimes doing so on the world stage results in some life inconveniences. Other times it results in terrible life catastrophes. Think about this for a moment. At one time the Bible was thought of highly and taught nearly everywhere, at least in the United States. Now look at today. And ask yourself. What happened? What happened? How did the Bible go from being a book on how you should develop a relationship with the Heavenly Father, along with learning how to walk the narrow road that He has put forth for us to walk? How did we go from that to the complete and utter chaotic mess we have now? And even though it's a mess and people don't know what to do, if you bring up the Bible to them, it's like you put kryptonite around their necks. There is no joy and there is only this strange pain they get when talking about God and talking about His Word. But what happened? Could it be people that narcissists and other evil people had a long-term goal to get to this point? If so, how would they go about obtaining this goal? Well, they would use the lie they have your best interests at heart in order to get you to listen to what they have to say. This goes back to my example I've talked about numerous times. You have a woman with a man. They are in love, married or possibly dating for a number of years. She gets a new job. And she makes new friends. One of these new girlfriends she has made. She might buy her lunch in the work cafeteria. Or they might go out to eat somewhere and this new friend will pay. She might offer to come over and help this woman and her boyfriend or husband paint their house. She shows herself to be a real true friend. She comes on quick and comes on strong. But it all seems to be with pure intent. Well, that's where the thinking goes wrong. To digress for a moment. You always have to be prepared for when someone's direction switches. Yes. People. Decent people might do nice things for others. But so to narcissists. If you remember, for a reason. It's to build one block upon the other in their plan to obtain a certain goal. Now in this instance, this narcissist wants to get close enough to this new woman she works with, in order to break up the home she has with her boyfriend or husband. And the reason why is doing so gives her narcissistic supply. Here's what people, meaning the average person out there, has to wrap their minds around. There are people in the world that get a thrill at watching others' lives in stress and in pain. And they love it even more so if they were the direct cause of this pain. And they get to walk away scot-free because the blame has been shifted elsewhere. And they get to show up as the what? The one with the solution for the problems they caused. And that's what happens in this instance, and that's what happens on the world stage. This woman loves bomb this new person that has come into the office. She not only offers her friendship but what she thinks is a sisterhood. And then little by little she starts to undermine her boyfriend or husband's role in her new friend's life. Maybe he doesn't make enough money. Or he doesn't have this or doesn't have that. Or she hits her with, "Don't you want to know what it's like to be with another man?" And they are saying all of this under the guise of, "I only care about you. I care about you like a sister," she will say. And she works on this woman and works on this woman so much. She's able to do what? She's literally able to change this woman's thinking and how she feels about a man. that she was madly in love with that has done nothing wrong to her. I want you to wrap your mind around what was just said. Through this step-by-step process, this other woman that was already on the job literally changed the thinking of the new woman on the job, by the way of covert manipulation, undermining, love bombing, and providing a fake and even destructive resolution, dressed up as something that is healthy and good. The way this woman once thought is out the window now after getting wrapped up with some new so-called friend. Her old thinking is gone and she has been brainwashed to think in another way. And this delights the narcissist. This delights the new narcissist friend. It reaffirms the power and control they have over others. When they get people to do things against their better judgment, it thrills them. Again, it makes them feel all-powerful. Well, let me ask you a very important question. If this woman would fall victim to believing lies from a new so-called friend, why wouldn't the world believe lies that would make them give up their protection and give up their ways of life? Simply because someone came along and love-bombed them, manipulated them, created a problem in their life, and then showed up with the solution. Why would this not be possible? Well, the answer is, it is possible. And it's not only possible, it's happening this very moment. The Bible warns us about believing lies and falling for the great deception. What this means to me is we must stay in His Word and learn how to discern fake from real, and fact from fiction. You see, I believe the Bible was not only made to be unpopular to loosen the relationship between people and God, but so people would become absent-minded and unable to discern fact from fiction, that they would see things in the light the narcissist shows them. It's like seeing the Matrix. Understanding the things you have been told are complete and utter lies might make a person's reality come crashing down. They might have a panic attack. They might get sick. And they won't feel good at all. That's why people avoid seeing the truth until it's too late. Until they are overrun and overtaken by those that have tricked them and that have lied to them. You see, we are told to not have a spirit of fear, that God is on our side. But since the word has been removed, people feel like they have nothing to lean on except the lie. So they cling to that lie with everything they have. Look. Families are destroyed. They are literally destroyed. Barely anyone is getting married. And the few that are divorced within a year or two. Children aren't being born. Because those that have sense in their mind are scared of accidentally reproducing with someone evil. Yet the world has a blindfold on. Yet the world has a blindfold on. Because people don't want to drill down to how we got to where we are right now. And the reason is, people let narcissists and other evil people infiltrated marriage and those that write the social rules and legal laws for this God-given institution. And they infiltrated with gifts and with so-called help. And so-called love. But isn't it funny? Since this infiltration happened, relationships have gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. And admitting this fact would be admitting a great amount of people were duped and lied to and manipulated. Look around. Is that now what is happening right now this very moment? Duped people unable to admit the truth that they were duped. You see, what gets rid of narcissism is awareness that narcissism is real. What gets rid of evil is the awareness that evil is real. And when I say evil, I don't mean some character from a movie wearing a hockey mask, chasing people with a big knife in the woods. What I'm talking about is someone that will show up with a smile and gifts, pretending to have your best interests at heart. But in reality they have plans to get you to ruin your own life based on their words and manipulation. You see it everywhere. The strong give up their strength. And then evil attacks. I will say it again so you can hear me. The strong give up their strength. And then evil attacks. Let me remind you. There is nothing weak about our Heavenly Father. Nor His angels in heaven. Nothing. Not one little thing. And we are to be made in the image of the Heavenly Father. However, it seems, this person comes over here, and that person comes over there, convincing you, literally convincing you out of your own God-given power and strength, in the name of whatever it is they are trying to push onto people. Look, you have to call out evil for what it is. You have to call out lies for what they are. And you have to call out narcissism for what it is. It's time people start to pray. And to stop letting narcissists get in their ear, and that will make them afraid. Afraid to speak what they believe. Afraid of what they believe they know is right. Just so they can go along with whatever is being pushed. Pray for discernment to be able to drill down to the core of, why is this person saying and doing what they are doing? Are they doing what is right for the people? Or are they just trying to get power? Power over you. And power over me. Power over all of us. The Bible is full of one example after the next of manipulators trying to manipulate you out of your blessings and out of your rights as a human made by God. Satan did it to Eve in the garden. Let this sink in. Satan convinced Eve that he had a bigger, better deal than the Creator that created her, that created Adam, that created the place where they were standing, and that even created Satan, the snake she was talking to. Somehow Satan had a better deal to offer than our Heavenly Father. And this is an example that should be told over and over and over and over again. To teach people. This is what evil looks like. Well, guess what? Those that work their evil don't want these stories to be told. Thus the Bible and all things in it have been made unpopular by this world. Why? Because if you are reading the Bible, and these examples within the Bible are popular and a part of society as a learning tool, evil wouldn't have a leg to stand on. Thus over time, they go to the masses to remove this learning tool, thinking it was their own idea to do so, when in reality, it was likely planned decades and decades ago, to inch by inch get to the point where they could get people to throw it away. And it likely started with those with such a plan pretending to be all for the Bible, in order to get their foot into the door. In order to get their foot into the door. We've heard of some that are self-confessed narcissists and sociopaths, talking about being active in their churches. And then in the same breath, they will say how they thrive on manipulating others. But here we are. Here we are. Prayer is important, people. And knowing who we are, and what and who the narcissist is. They aren't going to change. And they will only get worse. They will only get worse. With that said, I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.